did.
Riot Squad, assemble!
Oh, dude, my soundboard was broken for so long. What is crack in the world of Twitch and the world of TikTok, and let alone everyone that when I upload this, listening to it after the fact. Welcome to the Souza Bros podcast.
That's what I was queuing up there. It seems that Twitch is no longer on my phone, and it was up in my cloud. So I haven't really been on Twitch in a while. Haven't done any of that shit. So yeah, it's good to be back. Just downloaded the app and subscribed to Cody's channel.
Hey, one pocket right into the other, right? You know. So,
yeah, absolutely.
We're going live here. We are going live also, like I said, on TikTok, and it'll be available after the fact. This what once was the What's Fact Depp podcast, the FUC podcast, and now is the Souza Bros podcast. Kind of less, I don't know, we used to call it shitcasting or whatnot, right? Or I don't know what we described it as. It was all over the place at one point or another. And now we're here doing our thing, talking about the things of music, the world of music, and tours we got coming up, and bands we're helping out with, and just everything we love in this crazy heavy scene, you know, metal industry, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's great to be back. It's really good to be back podcasting again. It was always something I looked forward to every week, was having a cool guest on and just talking about what was fucked up with our week. That was always fun. We had a good group of people that would come in every week, chime in. It felt like they were part of the hangout. And we got to start doing this every week again. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was the Motley Crew for sure. And like I think it's the last couple weeks, either you've been busy or I've been busy or Power's been out, or we found a way to make an excuse, I think, for the last year. And I think we just pushed it off too long. Even so that, like, I got back on what we use for the podcast, and the NDI link had, like, failed, and, like, I needed to re-download stuff. Why we're a few minutes late here, you know, but we're getting it going. Again, new to the world of TikTok. What's cracking, everybody? How you guys doing over there? Say what's up. Join the chat. We'll bring you up in the conversation. Welcome in. Twitch, you guys know what's going on here. If you guys hear an annoying buzzer go off, that is this. Chris Metal coming through with a sub. Yes, we appreciate the subscriptions. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Hitting it up. Welcome, Chris Metal, over on Twitch. How you guys doing? Welcome in. We're just getting back to it. It's kind of like riding a bike. I don't know. I fell out of streaming for a minute and got back into it, and I totally fucked up my raid with somebody. I spelt the name wrong. I did the command wrong. It's a muscle like anything else. You got to constantly like go over. So, but if you guys didn't know, my name's Cody. This is Nicholas, my host here. Also my brother. We are both the Souza brothers. We play in a band called Hatriot. We come out here and talk metal and do our thing and start rolling through. Petey Bob Salad coming through here, knocking us into a hype train already. What's cracking, Mr. Petey Bob Salad? He wants this button right now.
Sheesh! We've done that. This is great.
I know. What's up, Love Bug? How are you, man? Welcome in. Taylor of Terrifier. What's cracking? How are you? Welcome in. Yeah, we're just like, I don't even know where to start. Like, we literally, like, I was kind of alluding to it before I scrolled off. ADHD. Yeah, I just had to press the button. We just had to go. We just have to commit this. I'll have to commit to uploading it, and then we'll be back soon. Nick has recently moved. As you can see, his Streamlab is in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house now. You can see in the background. No, I don't know. We were trying to think of a name for it. So if you guys want to think of a name for it, those that can see us, those after the fact, be sure to check the videos on demand. Check Nick's awesome new Streamlab that he's got going on. So,
I knew it was Taylor Darko. I was gonna say, is that Spanky the Clown or friends with Spanky the Clown?
Oh no! How's
it going, Taylor?
How are you, man?
Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
What's up? Man, we got Petey Bob Salad in here. I don't even want to say veteran of the Riot Squad. We got a general at arms here in the house. It's excellent seeing him coming through for Omega Fest, which we'll get into today. We're going to be getting into our time at Milwaukee Metal Fest, how gracious the one and only Jamie Josta was to us. Nothing But a Love Bug from that guy as well, too. Countless other things. A band that Nick's jamming with, a band that I'll be helping out while we're on tour. Our tour with Nervosa. Had we even streamed last since the Generation Kill?
Nope.
Generation
We
Kill
can
X
talk about
Mortis
that.
tour. Like, oh man, it's been so long since we podcast. So it's been a hot minute and a half, you know, as I'll keep going. But I don't know, Sickless News, how's things on your end? So you got into your new house, you're ready for tour, you're ready to start streaming again. Fill us in, what's been going on in your life?
Oh yeah, so recently I moved into our new house here with my girlfriend and my son, and it's a cool little area. I'm in the backyard, little Texas chainsaw shed out here. Once we got into it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's going to be the stream lab. That's where we're going to do the podcast.
Yeah.
That's where I got my little electric drum set where I actually filmed a couple videos and have been rehearsing. It's been nice to have something that's readily available that I can jam on. Uh-oh, here it comes.
Oh, you don't gotta do all that. Whoa! Katie Bob Salon coming through with a 5-stack of subs over on Twitch. Dude, you are a love bug. I'm gonna mute that one for now and we'll re-unmute it. Dude, you are awesome. So Pate bought us 2 bottles of hot sauce from our new Hella Hot sauce. We'll get into that too. We haven't talked about that yet either. And dude, TSA confiscated it from him. Too many ounces. So we plan on seeing our good love bug Patty Bob Salad on this upcoming tour again, which we'll be talking about later. And dude, I don't worry, your boy's gonna hook you up because all you do is hook us up, and we appreciate you, man. Any sub or anything that comes through, any coins that come through or diamonds over on TikTok, literally goes right into the gas tank for our upcoming tour. Again, we'll talk about that too. So. The old man Matthews, what's cracking? Welcome in, welcome in. How are you?
Yo.
What's up? So, but continue, Nick. You got into your house with your son and your lady, and you guys are now in the Texas Chainsaw Stream Lab. And continue.
We're in the Texas Chainsaw Stream Lab, and I got all my stuff set up here. This place I moved in has a pool. So that's kind of been my my hobby lately, aside from music, is taking care of that goddamn pool. And let me tell you something. When I first moved in, it was in rough conditions. It was one level short from lily pads. And, you know, it took a while. I had no idea. I was like, I was determined not to call anybody. I was like, I got to fucking fix this myself. I got to figure this shit out.
Right.
And I did. It took about a month. It took a bunch of energy, a bunch of water, it is what it is, but I ended up figuring it out, the filtration system, everything to do with the chemicals. So yeah, that's been my love this summer, is taking care of that pool. It's been fun going in there with my son. He just turned 5 at the beginning of June, so, when I get home from work or on the weekends, pop open that barbecue. We got a smoker now, we got a Traeger. So we'll grill some shit, and then we'll jump in the pool, cook some wieners, cook some tri-tip, and it's been nice around here. Just been kind of relaxing. Intermittently been kind of busy, spotty throughout this year with what we got going in Hatred and things that I'm doing with my other band. But yeah, just been keeping myself busy. I've been trying to relax as much as I can, get in my pool, enjoy this place before we leave on our 7-week tour.
Oh man.
Things have been great lately. Things have been good, honestly. Been enjoying it. Want to get back to doing podcasting more regularly though. So I'm sure if anybody's listening right now, we'll give you weekly updates and that kind of stuff about my pool.
It's like the man's grass, right? Like you just got to have a pride and joy. And Nick didn't get any grass, but he got a bunch of water, And he was talking about tri-tips and whatnot, me and my wife. And we actually took Trixie, you can see her in the corner, took her swimming the first time. I don't think she was digging it. But it's been awesome already using and abusing my brother's pool for sure. So
yeah, it's been fun. And I got my electric drum set behind me, so been going over some new Hatriots, this is where I learned most of the violent songs when I was learning that stuff was on the electric kit. So this place has treated me well. I'm happy so far with 2024, the way it's treated me.
Yeah, that's killer, man.
Yeah.
Not too bad. I've been like pretty good myself. Just work's been keeping me busy. Well, to let you guys know, while we've been gone, Anakin had his first hip surgery. If you guys are in the Discord, !Discord on Twitch. If not, go on my link in bio. There's a link in there for that. And yeah, we kind of been going through it. We have a lovely dog that we love. It's not the one that's in the room with me right now. And he's a love bug, and he needed two what is it, bilateral hips or whatever. He needed titanium hips. So he's got one in right now. It was a hot $10,000. I got to do another. It's going to be another hot $10,000. So, not asking for anything. Johnny Goat! Whoa!
Johnny Goat!
Coming through with the sub. I had it muted. I'm sorry. Whoa! If you guys didn't know, that's Rob Flynn's whoa.
And if you didn't know from the What's Fucked Up podcast, every time someone subs, we take a drink of water.
A drink of water!
Keep yourself hydrated over here. Cody's got his Hydro Bro. I got my water in a can. Stay hydrated, my friends.
Take that, TikTok. So, whoa, we got a level 2 hype train emote. You guys are lovely. Thank you very much, very much. But yeah, so we've been going through that. One of us has to sleep downstairs with the dog because you don't want him to be with somebody, and he freaks out if he's all by himself. I know what we do for our animals nowadays. Macho, what's going on over on TikTok? How are you? Yeah, but that's been going pretty well. Now you're just insulting to injury. Anytime the buzzer goes off, we take a step. So
yeah,
Sickless News are throwing some biddies at it.
Of our water.
This is what a WFE 2024 water only, baby. Whoa! Mr. N7 Thrasher's in the house. Kicking it with the squad. What's up? What's up, Hunter? How are you, man?
What's up?
One of our other colonels up in here. But other than that, I've been good. Just really working a lot. Nick and I have been working a lot with the Hatriot in the back, with the Hat Riot in the background. Really just prepping for tours, trying to find opportunities. Life, day in and day out, it can be consuming in its own right if you don't clear time for stuff like this. You know what I mean? So, Johnny Goat, lovely seeing you in there. Chris Metal throwing some biddies. Whoa. Dude, we got this. The gang is back together today. I love that.
I know. It didn't take very long. It took, what time is it? 5:20. I think we were 10 minutes late. So 10 minutes for the gang all to come back together. Not bad.
That was like an episode
This is where the Riot Squad was born.
This was.
Little do you know, the podcast is where we formed the Riot Squad.
Right.
We had people like Patey Bob and Hunter, and they came with their shovels, and we broke ground, and we started building a big territory. We got bunkers now.
Yeah.
We got a whole commissary for food, and
it's a giant nonprofit. Believe me.
It's nonprofit. We're a, I almost said cult. We're not a cult.
We're not recognized by the U.S. government. Damn. It's okay. They'll know soon enough. But yeah, it was we used to call it the Hatriots, right? Hatriots, we have an announcement. We just kind of didn't like the ring of that. And then kind of like COVID happened, and we started talking about, we just like, I don't know, I started calling it the Riot Squad, right? And then the Cody Hat Riot Squad came. Yeah, me and Johnny go, come on, Nevada, in some particular person's voice. That we will not be touching that subject today, other than what Tenacious D has been doing. But we'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, just good to be back behind the helm, the throne, and in the zone. We got a bunch coming up for you, and yeah. I don't know.
It's 5:22. You know what that means? I think we left off. This podcast going into the Ex Mortis tour.
I think so too. I think we tried to do one or two legs of the Souza Bros podcast in its own right. I think Dad had a technical issue, and it just kind of. I think we went on tour a week or two after that, and it just never really fruition back to what we liked it and wanted it to be. Of course, lovely support of all of our friends back in here. But we're going to try to do that. We're going to try to have this as a 3-person show. I'm not sure how long guests can stay, if they can help guest narrate. What's the word I'm looking for? Co-host? Guest narrate. Co-host the whole show. Or if they can only pop in for a bit, we're going to try to bring a lot of our friends that are a lot more even well-known than us in the metal industry into this and get that back going again. But like I said, Pop's kind of had a bug, and we left on the road. We left on the road with Ex Mortis headlining, Generation Kill, right? And then us.
Yep.
And then our boys in Claustrophobia. Shout out all those bands if you guys have not checked them out. Ex Mortis, love those boys. They gave us our first U.S. run back in 2020, right? I think it was 2021, maybe?
2022 summer. We were actually in Ukiah 2 years today.
I think
Luch posted.
Okay.
Luch posted a memory, yeah. So
dang, that was only
we
2
were almost
years
done.
ago.
That was 2 years ago. We became a touring band.
Oh man,
only 2 years ago.
Yeah, after the rebuild, right? We had a small touring experience
After the
with
rebuild,
Pops, right? Yeah,
a little bit, yeah.
And we can talk about the rebuild too, because that's kind of been something we're trying to like really put our foot down with and get going moving forward, you know. But yeah, so we left on the road with Ex Mortis. Where did we start? We started in LA. I think it was always a good way to start. Or San Diego.
San Diego.
Yeah.
Yep. Brick by brick.
I can even bring it down. It might be even jog some like memories, right?
Yeah, the brick by brick San Diego. Adrian was sick that day, so actually Carlos Cruz from Warbringer, who used to play in Ex Mortis, came down and had to fill in for that show because Adrian, I think, got really bad food poisoning.
Right.
Which anytime someone says they have food poisoning, everyone's just like, no, you didn't. You know, that's always the go-to excuse, right? But it wasn't. He had food poisoning. He ended up joining us the next day in, was it Vegas or was it Arizona?
I'm looking at it right now as Scottsdale. So we went from San Diego, the Brick by Brick, to Scottsdale at Pub Rock. And as weird as it was a Kansas City Chiefs.
It was a Kansas City Chiefs bar
in Scottsdale. Like they're like right by the Cardinals over there, right? Wasn't that kind of close to where our grandmother lives? A little bit, right? Kind of.
Right. Yeah, that's where the Arizona Cardinals play. It's in proximity with 80 miles.
Yeah.
Possibly less. And it was a Kansas City Chiefs bar, and I will say it wasn't just like a Taylor Swift kind of thing. Because they had some old Chiefs gear there and like memorabilia where I'm like, damn, you guys are like ride or die with the Chiefs. That's cool, I guess, but it's just random as fuck because they only became relevant just in the last couple of years, in my opinion.
Oh, really?
It was a good venue though. It was cool. It was a lot of fun.
I mean,
my boy.
Do you remember what happened to us? It started. You were in one of the hottest places in the middle of summer, and it started pouring on us. So, but it was a cool venue. It was. Yeah, I'm not taking on that.
It was cool, yeah. My friend Kevin Brocious came out.
Yeah.
That was cool. Our friend Willard, he did some photos of us.
Yeah.
He shot like Phil Demmel and the Exodus guys and Testament and all those kind of guys. So he's a family friend. And Paul Page, another OG DDP, Double and Death Patrol guy, came out to see us. That was a fun show. I always love going to Arizona.
Yeah, that was killer. Johnny Goat's saying that there's a Philly bar in SF. Man, that's like backwards as well too.
Yep.
Who are these cities think they are?
Yep.
I get if you're in the middle of nowhere and there's no football team or sports team near you, but like to do that, that's kind of, I don't know. That's weird. So, but like we were talking about, we totally got rained on. I think the Easy Up is something that we need to get as a band to set outside the trailer. Because some venues, there is no room for staging drums. So it's like Nick's drums are getting rained on the second day of the tour. Everything's all wet. Like, it's like, I don't know, summer rain, whatever you want to call it. And Costa starts ripping his hair out, and we call it menyang because he makes like this noise and goes, meow! And like, he's like, we're the only fucking band where a cloud just follows us in the middle of the summer through the fucking desert. Like, totally got all grumpy dumpy with us, which is pretty funny. So, yeah, loving that, right? Let me open this one up over here.
And then we kind of traveled a couple days, hit Vegas again, and then we get to Oklahoma City, and we play the show that day. It was very okay, and we're sleeping in a hotel that evening in Oklahoma City, and someone fucking breaks into our trailer, and they fucking. None of our gear got stolen, but they did take out of our lighting bag because we travel with lights.
Yeah.
They took our fucking little cheap-ass laptop, which only really ran our lighting program.
Yeah.
It couldn't even really save a Microsoft Word little
so
page.
So laggy, yeah.
It was so bad. So we came a little unscathed from that, other than we couldn't run our lights for the rest of the tour.
Yeah.
But that was scary. It could have been a lot worse. Like that could have been so devastating. We had expensive guitars.
My Inky was sitting right there. Yeah, like everything could have gotten yanked, and
they had no
one
clue
backpack.
what they were looking for.
Yeah.
And I asked the hotel manager, I went in there and I go, hey, our shit just got ripped off. Do you have cameras? Of course they did not, pointing at that angle particularly. And then I was like, yeah, and they asked what was stolen. And we're like, all that we can identify right now is a backpack with a laptop. I was like, which is weird because we have a ton of very, very expensive music gear in here. And the guy told me that they're there to, the thieves are there basically just to steal any electronics, laptops, cell phones, that kind of thing, and guns.
It's weird.
So
that's scary to think that, like, that's the two things. Like dude knew what they were looking for. It was kind of weird. Kind of was a shady character. Not going to get into names. That was at the show. Can't prove anything. In between. So yeah, that was a bummer. Yeah, in between there and there, we hit Vegas and Albuquerque. But yeah, OKC was definitely it broke us down a little bit. Then I think after
we were supposed to see Dad that day. We were gonna go see him in Tennessee because we had a day off. That was one of our only days off on the tour.
Yeah.
And we ended up spending it at a fucking welding shop with 3 tweakers trying to weld this thing. Little do they know, Cody comes from a welding background, and we could have did it ourselves. We just didn't have the fucking equipment.
Yeah.
Like I have a very, very, very beginner knowledge of brazing, but I'm sure I could have helped Cody the way, than those 2 tweakers were doing it.
These
it was terrible.
Twacking. It looks like mashed potatoes. At least it was secure. That's all I could ask for. Took him, what, Nick? 2 hours of waiting and then 2 hours of repair time for one little spot weld. And then he charges me $160. And I just didn't want to get into it. We needed to keep moving. I needed my gear secure for the rest of the tour. I almost, ripped the guy a new butthole. Like, come on, dog. Like, what is the labor rate out here? He used that much solder. It took him forever to get it to grab. Like, it was just all bad. Yeah, so that was disappointing. I was going to go sing the Toxic Waltz with Pops in Nashville that day. But not all things are a loss. We ended up heading over to Mr. Patty Bob Salad, him and Ricky Bob.
That's right.
That was that evening. It was a long evening, and
that's right.
We're defeated, broken, upset, felt violated, and we get home to a nice Southern boy spread, some chicken, some collard greens. It was killer, man. We had a really good time with that. So.
Oh man, that absolutely hit the spot. It was such a rough day and such a rough going at it, and it was just a bummer that we weren't able to go see Exodus and those guys, and then. Patty Bob, of course, to the fucking rescue. We had the best meal, got a little piffy, drank a little whiskey, and then we just crashed the fuck out.
Yeah, we did some whiskey and stuff.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Squid Nate's popping through here saying she likes your Streamlab. Thanks, babe.
Woo! The Texas Chainsaw Streamlab. I know. Cody was saying I need to get a decorative chainsaw to go in the back with LED lights. Some sick news.
That'd be awesome. Sick News' slasher section or something now,
There we go.
It does have a pool. I know you missed the conversation about the pool. Again, those that are tuning in after the fact, just listen to the podcast. We have an active live chat that we interact with, and very much as part of the show, as much as we can get to it. I feel I interrupt my brother enough as it is, but we try to get to everybody. Like Johnny Goat saying, we're welcome to back up the lighting program onto his laptop. Luckily, we found a copy of it. So we have a new Patriot laptop, and it's all loaded up on there, and it's a better laptop. Other than, funny story, I got a good deal on it. It's legit. It's an i7. It's fast, and it has a French keyboard. Most of their letters are the same as ours. Some of the exclamation points and stuff are in the wrong place, but muscle memory, I know where they should be in the in the ballpark. So. Hunter, a roast beef, chicken, a pizza. Yeah, he really hooked us up that day. It was awesome.
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah, bonjour, right? So, but yeah, Patty Bob came to the day, saved the day. We went back to the Masquerade. We walked through the Walking Dead town that is known as Atlanta, Georgia. Dude, oh my God, every time we walk through Atlanta, Georgia.
Absolutely crazy.
I don't think Oakland even compares to. Oh, okay, so there's difference. There's hood and there's transient driven, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, total nuts. I don't even know what to say. We got some Quiznos that night.
We went to a Quiznos.
Went to a Quiznos.
Okay, I'll chat. Weigh in. When's the last time you guys had Quiznos?
When you seen a Quiznos?
They got a pepper bar.
They got it. And they did have a pepper bar. It wasn't as all glory as it used to be. Remember, it used to be all open and there were peppers everywhere. I think it was like, I think, do we have to ask maybe? I don't know. I don't even remember. It was disappointing, reminiscing of better times for sure. So.
Equals the subs. Yeah.
They got a pepper bar. Going through here, then we went to Spartanburg, South Carolina at the Ground Zero. That was a really cool venue.
That was so cool.
Slipknot had.
Do you remember why? Yeah.
Slipknot had played their first tour. A poster was on the wall. The Black Dahlia Murderers wanted for their first tours. There was a, oh my God, first album. Not Ever Black. Oh my God. Spinning. Wow, my favorite band, and I can't think of. They're on their first album. They're running through a tour there. That was killer. So saw on that a lot of posters, a lot of history there. They had a cool outside part. Got some good food there. It was chilling. Good time, right? It all kind of blends together. We were recently just on a live with Prika and Helena from Nervosa talking about the new tour, and that's always the funnest part about touring is reminiscing. Sometimes you're very tired and dirty when it's happening, but sorry. Good times though. Good times. So
sometimes you're always dirty and tired on tour.
Sometimes you're always dirty. I love that. We need to make
sometimes
that a t-shirt.
That's right. Yeah, no, Spartanburg was cool. There was a lot of. I remember there was a Slayer poster, and I think I took a video and I posted on my story. I go, man, it's a shame to see how much people really did not give a fuck about metal in a time in the 90s. You know, because this venue we were playing couldn't have held more than 800 people. You know, squeezed in there, maybe 500 to 800 people.
Yeah.
And it was a nice venue. It was cool. High stage, good sound.
Definitely a decent venue, but like you're saying, as far as Slayer being there, an arena band, right? You know.
Yeah. So it was cool. That was a fun one to play. And then we were kind of moving up the coast to New York at that point, right?
Yeah, we ended up, I think after that, there might have been a fill-in date that I'm not looking at the right list on. But yeah, we ended up getting up to Brooklyn, fucking Brooklyn after that. You, me, and Miguel walked away and got some Brooklyn pizza, I think. You could actually park in Brooklyn. Unlike Manhattan, we couldn't park in, so we were on the tour of Kings of Thrash.
That's right.
That was a whole headache and a half. We got a decently close
Whoa!
And Seven Thrasher, appreciate the sub there, Love Bug. Thank you, brother. 29 months. Woo! Man, we got many Twitch and streaming babies with you boys. You know all that? And gals. Crazy.
Couple.
Chris Meadow saying she hasn't seen a Quiznos in forever yet. It was an awesome time. I think I got a French dip. Ooh, yeah. Now I'm hungry. Working our way to Brooklyn. We went to Clifton, New Jersey. Dingbats, of course. I'd say that's our home away from home.
Favorite of ours.
Yeah. What's up? Lex coming through. The gifted sub from N7 Thrasher to Miss Lex. The lovely ladies that are keep Patriot together and keep us boys sane. But yeah, Dingbats, it's I don't know, always a good turnout there. Big thanks to our the promoter there and our agent, Miss Michelle. She kicks that butt. Our boys in Scarlet King were there again too.
Yeah, Scarlet King. Dude, we're playing with them again.
Dude, those are the boys.
Yeah, they're cool. I like those guys.
I love that. They're definitely bringing the Jersey extreme metal to the forefront, right? All good times there. We then went to Providence, Rhode Island. We caught two of our childhood buddies that used to live in the Bay Area with us.
The Dumbass Bros, the Rieger
Bros, the Souza Bros, the Dumbass Bros. They had a podcast. It was actually very funny. I rip on them for not keeping it going. It
was very good. I legitimately listened to it because I'm into comedy podcasts, and I was like, it was very funny. They're some of the funniest people I know, and the way they would banter off each other was brilliant. And they just, they both got good jobs and couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. Oh, right. That's kind of what happened, right? They both got just tax the time and stuff. I know how that goes for sure. But yeah, got to see them, and that was the last little stint before we had to go into Canada. Lewis
ended up fucking Lewis.
Our main man Lewis, he didn't get his passport in time. So we had to ship his ass on a Greyhound, and we were gonna go meet him in Detroit. 4 days later, he had to live on a Greyhound for a couple days. I tell him he's brave, man. He's on there with a bunch of freaking, I don't even know. He said there were some people that were straight and some people that were totally just like on the no-fly list, had to take a bus somewhere, you know. We'll leave that at that.
Right.
But proud of Lewis. I couldn't have made the journey. I mean, I would have made the journey, but I'm proud of him.
What's funny is going to Providence, Rhode Island, we drove through Pennsylvania, and the Greyhound route went from Providence to Pennsylvania to Detroit, so he had to
go back
like 5 hours just to go like 8 hours to fucking Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, you know what? That's what he gets for not getting his fucking passport. And we told him, give him ample time to get his fucking passport, and he did not. So we're like, all right, well, you're going to have to take a goddamn Greyhound because I don't know, or a plane. I don't know what you're going to do, but this one's out of my hands. So we figured it out. It all worked out. And then we ended up going to Canada.
Yeah, we went up to Canada. We played Fuffoons in Montreal. That was killer.
Yes.
That was one of the best meals that we had on the whole tour. So we're at Fuffoons, and excellent venue. And it, we played our thing. Everything was 3 flights of stairs, Nick. It wasn't even like you're going up a flight of stairs. It was like 3 flights of stairs. We had to get a whole trailer up 3 flights of stairs, play our show, do our thing, get everything down 3 flights of stairs. It was so cold. The van's lock didn't work, and not a lot of electric locks. Like, we have them on the inside. We don't have electric locks from like a button or whatnot, but the key wouldn't fucking turn on the door. Like, it was that cold. But we were all cold, loaded up, and then we went to this place next door, and they had what was it? Butter chicken poutine. Oh my god! We were talking about it with the Nervosa ladies. Like, we're going back to Fuffoons on this tour, and I'm getting myself a fat bowl of butter chicken poutine. Like, that is a must. It was excellent. Like, the weirdest fusion I think I've ever tried. What do you think, Nick? It was screaming.
Oh man, it was great. They had like these cut potatoes they put in there that were super crispy and thick, and it really was like a 50-50 fusion, because I'm a big Indian food guy, so are you. Love our poutine. It was a total like awesome, never expect fusion that was probably that, and the Patty Bob barbecue was probably the top 2 meals of the tour.
Oh, for sure.
New York pizza is always a classic, but oh man, that was fucking delicious.
Yeah, once you've done it, you've done it right. And it was didn't we also get like I don't want to say Indian because I'm not sure exactly where the materials came from. It was like Middle Eastern soda too, right? Like, remember the glass bottles were all scratched from like being in transit for so long. So like, it's like a good comparison to like if you ever get like the Hecho in Mexico, like Coca-Colas have the real sugar in them and stuff. So we did that, and it was excellent. So Thrasher, Canadian Indians. I guess our Canadian Indian food, it was awesome. Yeah, Chris Metal was killer. What's up, Macho Pancho? Welcome in. He stopped by a Riot Squad field trip last. Look at you with short hair on that emoji. He stopped by a Riot Squad field trip on Saturday. We saw, scrolling off right now, our boys in Hellfire. We saw Matt Freeman's new band, Charger, newer band, right? And then we saw our boys in Hemotoxin as well, too. So appreciate you coming out. If you guys are ever in the Bay Area and we're going to a show, you guys are all always welcome. It's kicking that ass. So, have you had Kumas in Cheetown? No, we've only been to Chicago once. The other time we were in Joliet, so have to try that for sure.
Joliet, yeah.
Yeah. So we went from I'm working my way down the tour. We're almost done with this tour, kind of. Montreal and then Toronto. So, any memories of... Toronto. The chips. We go into...
Is our stream freezing?
Your feed was stopping for a second there, but I didn't say anything, and it kind of kept rolling back through. Again, guys, our first
Okay, but
back.
You're all good.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything drop on that end. Hit up Thomas next time in Chi. I will. Thomas is always a good dude, man. He came out and saw us at Reggie's too. So,
all right. Yeah. So, a real quick story about Montreal. is me and Cody from Mortis. We were it's like multiple stories.
Yeah.
Like the third story, we had a joint. He's like, do you want to go hotbox the do you want to go hotbox the room upstairs? And then I was like, all right, sure. So we're up there and we're like almost done with the blunt, and fucking some guy comes and he's like, excuse me, you guys are not supposed to be up here. And we're like, oh, like, he's like, what are you doing in here? And then Cody pops down and he's just like, oh, we're just hanging out looking around. He goes, well, I am locking the doors. Is there anybody else here? And I was like, oh shit. So I put the joint out at the bottom, or the blunt out at the bottom of my shoe, and then I was like, fuck. So then I walked over and then I was like, oh yeah, I was just checking it out. He's like, you guys need to leave now. And we ended up leaving. And then so 10 minutes later, we're like, fuck, we got caught, whatever. No, it's not a big deal. What are they going to do? Big deal, whatever. So we're outside smoking another blunt out in front of the venue. And there's a big sign that says clearly, like, you're not supposed to smoke like 20 feet from the door. And we were like right next to the door.
You're inside the building, let alone right outside the door, right?
We were outside of the building, but we were next to the door.
Oh, I thought you guys were inside.
The first time this was two different occasions.
Oh.
So the first time we were inside the building. Second time we grab another blunt and we're about 5 feet away from the door. And the same guy that caught us 10 minutes prior to that, he taps on the window. He's like, "You guys need to go to the streets." And like, it was so funny. Like, I hadn't been caught for smoking weed in, I don't know, since 2010, since I've been a kid, and I got caught twice as an adult in 15 minutes. Kind of funny.
That is funny. Oh man, on our way down to, I was going into, on our way down to frickin', so everything, all right, so first about Fafoons, and then we'll continue forward. Conan hands me our per diem for the night, and the per diem, it's really called your buyout, right? The venue either has to give you food as a touring act, or usually it's in your contract, or you get some money to buy some food, just to keep everyone fed and keep going. And he hands me the money, and like, we're sound checking, and I think Ex Mortis has already done sound checking. He's like, smell it. And I'm like, what? He's like, smell the money. And I smell it, and I'm all, what is that? He's all, maple syrup. They flavor their money to smell like maple syrup. I'm like, no way. And I smell it closer, and I'm like, oh my God, it does smell like maple syrup. So they use that as a counterfeit method. It's not very strong. It's very, very mild, but you can like smell the maple syrup on it. So then we go to a gas station. I think it might have been after Toronto, or after Toronto. But regardless, in that area, right? And then we go to the bathroom, and what do they clean? What's their smell? Clean smell in the bathroom is fucking maple syrup. There, it's clean. Oh, did Nick call me back? Did I lose it? I'm here. Says Nick's here. Says you're there. You better get closer to that router, homeboy.
I'm back. All
right. I was saying, you better get closer to that router, homeboy. It's all good. We're working through the bugs tonight, guys. Appreciate your support and your patience with us. But yeah, so it smells like, the bathroom smells like maple syrup. So I come out of the bathroom and everybody's got like a different bag of chip in their hand. I'm like, dude, what's going on? Like, why are we snack hard, but not this hard. And Nick's like, dude, they got like tikka masala flavored. They got like ketchup flavored. And like, dude, like ketchup chips are so good. Not even gonna knock it. So, Lou Dog the Frogs are
Squad, assemble!
That's funny, Lou Dog. We're talking about this is
right before we got Lewis back.
Everything we're talking about is right as you were riding that Greyhound. I wish you were here right now to discuss it with us. We should get Lou Dog on every once in a while for a little Lou Dog segment. He's got his own Streamlab too.
The Lou Dog movie moments. Yeah, so it was just funny. We bought like 20 bags of chips, and we pull them all up to the counter, and the guy looks up, he's all, "You're Americans, huh?" Yeah, we are! This is sick! So...
Yeah, we were. And you know what? It was kind of funny. I think we were a little high, too, because we were in there for like 20 minutes. And, it was just a gas station. It wasn't like a Buc-ee's or anything, like, it wasn't anything too special.
We were very intrigued. I think I chanced a meatball sub, a microwavable one. It wasn't bad.
Tough passes to Lou Dog.
Come on, dude. So, But yeah, outside of that, Toronto itself was cool. Another venue up 3 flights of stairs. Both venues in Canada, 3 flights of stairs.
Impeccable.
My fat ass was breathing hard that day. We saw Kyle from Heathen and Invecta kicking that ass. I think there was a couple other secret characters that night. They sung.
Yeah, we saw Chris Thrash from
right.
Thrash.
Yep.
Yeah, and he has a little podcast. Shout out to Chris Thrash.
Yeah. And then we saw they sang "Oh Canada" to Rob Dukes. That was funny.
That was good. Yeah. He was giving him hell because they're all Ranger fans there in the Generation Kill camp, and that we were in heavy Toronto Leafs territory.
Got you, right. Big hockey guys.
Yeah.
That was killer. But yeah, wrapping through the tour. That was cool. We met back up with Lou Dog. Played in Chicago. Reggie's. I think we all got like deep dish pizzas or chicken sandwiches or something from the venue, which was killer.
Yeah.
Got back at Reggie's. And then kind of worked our way home from there. Stopped by Cosmic Eye in Lincoln. I think they closed. Did you see that post, Nick?
They did, yeah. My friend, I ended up becoming friends with him because I work for a brewery, and we have mutual friends that know each other.
Uh-huh.
And, so we kind of kept in touch. His name was Sam, good dude. Made good saisons, and, it's a hard business out there in Lincoln, Nebraska. So, he had to close shop, and I wish him all the best. That kind of sucks.
Yeah,
he had a cool little operation going on there.
Yeah, he brewed it in the back. There was a whole venue in the back. There was like a restaurant venue tap room up front. There was like hipster board games and stuff, and I mean that in a good light. A lot of things are Star Wars themed. Like, dude, if that was in the Bay, I'd totally fuck with a spot like that. I think he said Fallujah had been through there. Vended had been through there. Like, they had some cool acts coming through. Sadly, I just didn't think it worked out for him. It's sad to hear. I saw the post he posted. I'm like, man, that sucks. We went to Denver after that. We saw the Havoc Boys. Saw David. Saw Nick Shins. Played. I think that was our last show with everybody. So
that's where we split off with Ex Mortis. Yeah.
Yeah. Rob Dukes got us all voodoo donuts that were dick shaped. One for claustrophobia. One for Ex Mortis, and then one for us as well too. That
was fun.
The Claustro boys and the Ex Mortis boys went home after that, so it was just us and Gen Kill to run it home after that. So, which is it was bittersweet, right? It's not never sweet, but it's like, man, it's like you start getting. It's always funny the first 3 or 4 days of tour, unless you already know somebody. Like, everyone's still got their guard up, people acting cool, right? Or you just getting the wrong impression because you haven't spent enough time with people, right? But yeah, it was a good run with the full crew. It's just talking about it now actually makes me like I was a little out of gas that tour, and it was good feels. Like I remember like pulling up in Vegas, we went to Guitar Center, like we have fun, outside of gigging and doing our thing. We got a good little rhythm how our crew likes to operate,
So we forgot to mention the alarm that went off. What city was that in?
That was Dingbats, I think, right? New Jersey.
Was that New Jersey? There was this alarm that kept going off in the middle of the morning, and oh my god, that thing sucked. And we were all just out there tired as fuck at like 4:30 a.m. Like, what the fuck,
Yes. Yes,
that was so bad.
We're dead tired. It's between. Oh yeah, it was between New York and Jersey because they're so close. So we're like, all right, we're getting a room tonight. Did we have a day off in between too? It might have even been.
We had 2 days, I think. We were there for 2 days.
Really? I don't remember that being that much.
2 or 3, I do. Yeah, I think it was 3 days.
Okay, so what happened is we got there for the Brooklyn day. We rested. We played Brooklyn. We made it a home base for a minute. Then we came back. And then we played Jersey. Then we came back and slept, and then we went to Rhode Island. So yeah, we didn't have any days off, but we used it as a home base. And dude, yeah, we're like dead tired, just looking for some sleep. And the fire alarm goes off. The fire life safety system. If anyone works in building automations or anything like I used to, and it was so terrible because it's like a giant stone building. You don't know what's happening, right? Like, yeah, top floor could be on fire. Like the fire exits might close in a minute, right? So like. We're freaking the fuck out, and we get up, and we leave, and we're out in the cold for, 45 minutes, Nick? And then the fire marshal comes, and he gives us the all clear. There was no fire. Either someone was vaping, or their fire life safety system was having a glitch or an issue or something like that. And then we go inside. We go back to bed for, 20, 30 minutes, Nick? And we just fall back asleep. Boop, boop. It's going off again. We're like, fuck, again. I don't know what's happening. I don't want to die, right? This one could be a fire as well. That's why these systems are fucking in place. And we go outside. Same rigmarole. It was 45 minutes later. Fire marshal gave us the all clear. The people are pissed. There's a bunch of people out. This hotel was pretty fucking full.
It was a big hotel.
We go inside, and I think it was another 20 minutes. It goes off again. And I think we all were like, fuck it, I'm going down with the building if this thing's actually burning. I need some fucking sleep. And, like, we just, like, plugged our ears and, like, rolled right back over and fell asleep. And I think that happened for, like, 2 days. I think by the third day they had it fixed or something like that. And, yeah, I think it was an issue with their fire life safety system. Nick, who is our hotels department, called and complained. So what sleep we did get and our free meals, they had free breakfast at that place, were comped. So as a touring band that's very, very low budget, that came off pretty well. So, but yeah, that was a fucking nightmare.
That was a funny story.
Yeah. And then us and Jen Kill, love those guys. We did a couple Exodus songs on stage with Rob Dukes at one time or another. Worked our way back to the coast, up to Seattle, down to Portland, into Oakland, and pretty much wrapped it up at that point. Salt Lake, I think, was in there as well, too. Excellent tour. Good little run for us. Always good to stretch our legs and get the van freaking rolling and doing our thing, right? So I guess that kills one of our big things we've been doing while we've been gone. That turned into a mecca in its own right. Like I said, I'm excited to go back on the road. Just talking about being on the road right now. So
yeah, it's I'm excited to go back out, do the full thing. It's always fun to go out the Hat Riot Boys. It's always fun to see like familiar faces and to visit familiar venues.
No.
Go back and be like, oh shit, there's Dingbats again, there's Reggie's again, there's this place, and that's always cool. Get to know like the sound man and stuff, like Don from Sanctuary.
Oh, yeah.
I recently saw him when I was over in Europe with Violence.
Oh, really?
He was doing, he was doing Suffocation sound because we played the same day as Suffocation.
Yep.
So I talked to him for like 30 minutes. I guess that's gonna transition into that. Is once we got off tour with Hatred, we ended up doing a show, going to NAMM, doing the NAMM thing, and a couple months later, Adrian, who plays drums in Ex Mortis, he ended up leaving Violence. He was playing drums in Violence at the time, and so a couple days later, Sean Killian asked me to do it, and I called Cody and I was like, hey, is this cool? No. It's only 4 shows, so long, it's not going to interfere with anything with Hatred of what we're doing.
Yeah.
He gave me the thumbs up. He's like, yeah, go out there and kill it and stuff. So ended up doing that, learning a lot of the songs on this here electric drum set, listening to the songs thousands of times, trying to get all the pieces together, watching videos and stuff, and it's been a cool experience. My first show was in LA with Body Count, Dead Heat, and Damage, and Pat O'Brien from Cannibal Corpse, he ended up playing the guitar parts. Phil Demmel is no longer in the band, and he had left right before Adrian left and stuff. So it's just Sean now, but it really doesn't. I don't think it really matters that much. We're having a lot of fun up there, and then that was cool doing that first show in LA. It's been crazy, kind of like learning the songs and stuff, like growing up listening to these songs, and having the keys to the Cadillac.
Yeah.
And getting to get my own spin on it, because there was times where I was trying to do too much like Perry or whatever, and even Sean's like, just do it how you feel you would approach this part and stuff. And it's been cool, it's been fun. We did that show with Ice-T and stuff, and then we went over to Europe last month, and we did 2 festivals over there. Rob Flynn ended up coming out doing a song with us in Poland. He came up and did World in the World with us. That was my first time doing that was actually my second festival in Europe. My first time was with Hatred. That was an indoor.
This is your first.
That was cool.
Yeah.
The second one, the second day when we did Into the Grave with Fear Factory and Crypta That was my first open air festival I'd ever played, and that one was a lot of fun, and it's been cool playing with those guys. It's a total different change of pace. It's kind of it's a different kind of chops and stuff, and it's a lot more punk rock. It's a lot more like, I don't know. It's fun though, and it's cool. I've met a lot of cool people so far. Yeah, and then so we're going to do I'm home right now, obviously, doing this.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing one more fucking festival, doing Vakken with Violence. So that'll be cool. That's like everybody's dream that gets into playing guitar and getting into playing drums and all that kind of stuff, is playing Vakken Fest. So that was a big reason, I was very enticed to take this, was obviously to play with Violence and do these legendary things, but play Vakken Fest.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day we get there with Hatred. I know we will, but yeah, and then that's really all I got on the books with Violence right now. I wish I was doing more with Hatred, in this down period, but it is what it is. And I can't wait to shift gears and fucking go on that 7-week tour and stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's like 7.5, almost 8.
Fun.
And like you said, like with us being in the down period, it's almost all made up for in this one tour in its own right, So, Johnny Goat saying he can't wait to quit the lottery so he can come out and tech with us and everything else. And Chris Metal wants Exodus, Violence, Hatred to do a tour someday. We're all hoping for that, right? But we're all proud of what you're doing, and like you said, it's getting your chance to play those songs is killer. Putting your own spin on things, and just going out there and helping the brand survive. That's killer, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's been cool. Met a lot of cool people. It was definitely affirming. There's times, especially the status that we are as a band, where it's like, is this worth it? Are we doing the right decision? Do people like me? Am I cool? Does my music suck? That's all up for whatever. Art is art. Yeah. But going over there and having people tell me how much they love Hatred and how much they can't wait for us to come over there, and how much they love Violence and they thought we were good and all that kind of stuff, is like, all right, I'm on a good path. I'm on a good track. Like, this is where I need to be. This is where I belong and stuff. And it felt good,
Yeah.
So
I saw Psycho Mile pop in here earlier say, "What's up?" He's also in here saying now that Europe is fucking badass. All the best shit's over there. So tell us about some of your food, some of the motor oil you were doing. What was going on over there? I saw some of your posts.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit too.
So yeah, we had some really good food. I had this thing. We had Christian is the bass player of Violence, Christian Oli Webers. He used to be in Fear Factory. He's in Cypress Hill now, and he does the Violence thing, but he's from Belgium, so he knows a lot about the food and the culture. Mm-hmm. So we had these bitterballens, which is like a hush puppy, like minced meat thing, but it's like fried, and you dip it in mustard, and they were so fucking good. Oh, yeah. We had them for appetizers, and then as my entree, I ordered that and fried calamari. That was super gangster. We had these creamy fries, which is just these like super great golden fries, like beer battered fries. And then they plop mayo on top, but it's like anybody in America would be like, that sounds fucking nasty. Why would you ever do that? But their mayo is completely different than the American mayo. It tastes so much better. It's so much creamier and richer, and it was so good. I was like licking my finger. I was licking the mayo off my fingers. It was so fucking good. And then so Christian showed us, it's called a mazout. And I guess they do it for breakfast over there because everyone in Europe is a fucking alcoholic. And they take a beer, you drink half the beer down, and you take a Pepsi or like a Coke or a root beer or whatever, something dark. Yeah. And he says it's a mazout, which translates to diesel. And I had a sip of it. It's not bad. It's exactly how you picture it would taste. But yeah, it's kind of weird. I didn't end up drinking a full one. I had a couple sips.
Yeah.
That was a little wild. Our travel was kind of fucked. We had a bunch of connecting flights, so I kind of got a little sick on the way over there. Also,
like
another
motion
weird
sickness
thing,
or just like exhaustion,
exhaustion, plain bad air, too many scotches.
Oh shoot.
It was kind of one of those. Something that's trippy that's the Europeans don't seem to think that this is weird, but every American tripped the fuck off of it. So it doesn't get dark until like 11 p.m. out there, and then it gets light again at like 3 a.m. So it's like at 3 a.m. it looks like 6 a.m. like cock-a-doodle-doo, like it's like the sun's rising. It's because
they're that much higher on the axis, yeah.
Right, it's like I said, it's the way the sun and the ball moves and all that kind of shit. But in winter, it's darker over there for longer. So it's kind of the yin and yang thing. But it was trippy because we were eating dinner, and it was 10 at night, and it looked like 5 in the afternoon. Like I was like, well, this is wild, this is crazy. And then it got dark around 11, about 11:30. It was like pitch black, and it was so weird. It was and then we were talking to our German guitar player, Max, over there, who plays in Evil Invaders, and he was tripping off us. He's like, it's not weird. He's like, oh, why do you think it's weird? I was like, because in America, it's like fucking even. Like, you're getting like fucking 12 hours of sunlight, 12 hours of darkness, or you'll get
in the
like,
summer we're getting
in
a
the
little more.
Summertime, you get
14.
It's
pretty even though. It's pretty even. Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of funny. So, and then we did our thing. Felt like we played really good, made a lot of memories over there. So, can't wait to go back and do Vakken with Violence, and then get ready to do the Hat Riot thing. We have some fucking, some developing shit that ended up coming down the pipeline today, but we won't talk about that right now, but all possibly exciting things that will be cool little additions on this tour. So,
I'm
hoping
the cards fall in place for that one. I'll believe it when I see it, and more teaser announcements if something that ends up coming to fruition comes to fruition. So, LD50, what's cracking in there? How are you, Mr. Avalize? How are both the brothers here? One of the brothers, you let me know. It's cracking. Alaska, right? Same about the disc from Alaska. Alaska's no different to that, so that makes sense. And Chris Metal says she had an edible, and we're making her hungry. So I'm getting hungry.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Almost dinner time, right?
Yeah.
Secrets don't make friends, but friends make secrets. So, I love that. You put the face up there. Nice. We'll see what's up. I gotta play with it, right? But that kind of gets us to where we're at now. Phil, and we're about to go on our 7-weeker, like I said. I got some songs I still got to learn. I'm going to be filling in bass parts for Lich King in Canada, just for the Canadian dates on this upcoming tour. So that's going to be killer. You guys will probably catch me on stream. I need to brush those up. I really do.
That face just keeps lingering down there.
There's a face emoji on the screen. It's just
I love it.
It's like ran out of motion, and it's just hanging out with us. It's a member. Okay. It's just Zach working in Dublin. Oh, appreciate you stopping by, bro. Hell yeah. Much love, man. Always. We are, so we're going to be doing that and getting ready for that, but that's about it. I was going to actually start getting my vocal cords in shape last week, but you can hear my voice a little bit. Dude, I totally got like the summer. Did you catch it? Dude, me and my wife are like deathly ill right I'm better. She's deathly ill right now. Like there's something going on. I don't know what the hell's going on. So that's Slick in the corner. Johnny Goats. Oh man.
I know.
Oh, I think I still got that button.
All right.
He's hearing your folks and grandma got COVID. Yeah, like my dad has always called me Damien, son of the devil. The whole family would be like puking in a bucket, and I'd get it for like a day, and then I'd be sitting there playing Sega Genesis. But yeah, like I had it for like 3 days. I'm almost out of it. I can't sing. I tried to sing in the car earlier today. Excellent place to practice your vocals, by the way. The acoustics and like being able to scream, and other than if someone looks at you, you look like a weirdo. That's about it. I can't even hit my tones yet. Like I'm glad I got it now and not on tour, right?
Yeah.
Which is nice. But yeah, other than that, like getting ready for the weeker, and then I didn't know. Have you seen anything cool or any sick news? Souza music news? We gotta change it now. It's the Souza music news. I don't know. I'm just fucking trying to roll something off the tongue.
Yeah.
The big one today that everyone's talking about, and I don't want to talk about what was said. I'm going to leave that off of here because I don't condone violence towards anybody, right? But we'll vaguely walk around it. That KG popped off and said something, which I've then seen an apology for. But Tenacious D, like, middle of a tour, calls it quits. Like, not quits as a band, as we know for now, per se. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I don't want to be like a fake news article. I'm just narrating what I've heard. And it's like, yeah, they're like, I don't know. He said something, and everyone got men. Marry many men. I was reading his comment. But that sucks. You know, I was just saying, like, I'm like, I hope they don't break up. Because I was just saying, I've never seen Tenacious D live. I love Tenacious D. I think a few weeks ago, I did a drunken stream until like 2 in the morning playing Halo. And I went through all the Tenacious D albums. It was epic. So, I know that's been going around. Recently, you and me went to some cool concerts, right? I went to As I Lay Dying, got to catch them, got to catch Enthenos, and I got to see Chelsea Grin for the first time. So that was cool. Got to talk to Cheney for like 2 seconds. She was really sweet. I saw Ryan Neff, which I am a huge Miss May I fan as well, too, along with As I Lay Dying fan. So I got to talk to him for a few minutes as well, too. And then, like I said, we saw our boys last weekend, and then Miss May I dropped a new old song. They remixed Apologies for the Week, Forgive and Forget. Like, the whole album's going to come out, so that's been epic on my part. What else has been going on, Nick? What else and just off the top of your head, I know we didn't like write this episode out. We kind of just wanted to come back and say what's up to everybody and everything else. So,
well, we played a pretty cool show. We played 2 cool shows in May. We did Omega Fest. So our buddies in Forbidden, they're going to put on annually this thing called Omega Fest in the Bay Area, where it's a combination of all different styles of music. All bands, predominantly in the Bay Area. They had a couple flyouts, but this year was their first annual one. We were lucky enough to play with the likes of like Biohazard, Forbidden, Warbringer, Frolic, Deathgrave. It was a really good, really good show, and really good for us. And it was cool to play a legendary venue like UC Theater in Berkeley.
Yeah.
I remember being a delivery driver there a couple years ago, and I met the owner, and I told him, hey, in a couple years, my band's going to play your venue. And it was like one of those Hollywood kind of moments. And he didn't look at me like, yeah, okay, whatever, kid. He was like, oh, yeah, cool. Like, bring it on, man. We'll look forward to it. And sure as shit I did. Never saw him, though. But we had a lot of fun fucking doing it. Played a great set. I felt like the crowd was really into us.
Yeah.
And it was definitely affirming. Petey Bob came out and saw us.
Metal Messiah was there.
Metal Messiah.
Johnny Goat.
Who ended up... Metal Messiah is actually going to be joining us on the road here, Hatriots 7 weeks. Lou Dog the Frog, if he's still there in the chat, he can't make it. Due to some work restrictions and things like that. So our buddy Metal Messiah is going to be taking over one-man road crew duties. So we're going to put him to the work, and I'm looking forward to having him with us. But he was at the show. If you want to talk more about that Omega Fest, your memories, anything cool that stood out that day for you?
Yeah, just it was there was a lot of drum sets, a lot of gear. It was their backstage is pretty tight, so everyone had to work together. Some tempers went flaring, and like I said, Petey Bob Sal was a big help. Johnny always a big help on the local gigs, and when he could make it out to our venues and stuff. And it was a group effort from everybody. It was what is Corey Taylor said this once about Slipknot. It was like a boil removal. It was like in the moment it was stressful and it hurt, like not hurt, but at the end it felt so good. Like everyone had such a good time, and like maybe it's stressful because like I try to be the point of contact of the day of the show and make sure everything goes off without a hitch and the lights work and the merch works and the online website works, and like it can be stressful from a business point of view, but it was amazing. It was fun. We had a really good time. And we I don't know, just on a high for that for sure. If we played one Sacramento date too earlier this year, but of our 3 one-off dates minus this giant tour we're about to go on, it was a highlight for sure. I mean, the event after that also kicked as much ass. We made a weekend out of it, so.
We made a whole weekend. Yeah, we could get into that. That was a lot of fun. That was probably one of the highlights of my year.
Yeah. And I saw some comments about the D thing. We'll go back to that in a minute. But yeah.
Bewitcher played too. That's right.
Bewitcher was there as
they
well,
were
too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, go back to what you're saying, Cody. Sorry.
Oh no, it was good. Yeah, we ended up flying out to Milwaukee. It was a fly out, so it was just the core band and Lewis. I don't know what he did, but he was there. He was there. Like, I'm not gonna get into it. We love Lewis. But yeah, we ended up Pops sang with Jamie Josta on Thursday, so we were there for the pre-party. And yeah, it was awesome watching Pops perform with Josta. We saw H1Z1, some new friends that we made out there.
Yeah.
And I believe there was another act that day. We're friends online. I'm sorry. Dude, it was like, how many bands did we see that weekend, Nick? It was like, my brain is melted. I couldn't even tell you the course of events, the bands we saw the days after that. But yeah, Pops took us all out to dinner as a proud dad moment. And then he sayonara'd us out, and he flew back to the Bay Area. He wasn't staying to Saturday to get to our set. So we were there all day Friday. Friday was kind of like a power metal day, right, Nick? Along with, I think, Overkill.
Yeah. Thrashy power metal day,
Yeah, it was cool.
Blind Guardian. Yeah, you're right.
Beautiful venue, 3 stages.
Beautiful.
I think there was options for 4 or 5 stages, Nick, because where the merch was downstairs could also be a stage. And I think there's one more. There could be a total of 5 stages in this place. It was crazy, but it was fun, man. It was just, you're surrounded by a bunch of metalheads, and people are running up and down the stairs and checking the poster out like Warped Tour, and everyone like wants to find.
It was cool.
Yeah, where they want to be for the next shows and everything, and that was killer. We ended up playing the Saturday date. We had a cool little hotel we stayed at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was wondering if we jumped hotels. We didn't. We stopped by Dahmer's house. Don't want to glorify that too much. Just to know what went on in that place was very bone chilling, and it was literally a block from the venue. So we walked over there. Kind of one little thing we did. It's no longer there. It's blowed down. It's just a fence and a lot. But yeah, sorry for the few lives that were taken there.
Yeah.
And somber moment. But yeah, Saturday ended up hitting. That was our day. So we show up early, as everyone wake up and get there early. We checked in, and then we were kind of chilling until our set. Friday we got to see Havoc and Heathen too. That was cool.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
Havoc probably had the rowdiest crowd all weekend,
that
Nick.
Was so sick.
All weekend.
Havoc might have been the kings of that weekend, I would say.
For sure. It was just because they put them in the small room where they should have been in the medium room for sure.
Yeah.
Alan Cassidy was covering on drums for our good buddy Pete.
So good.
It was fucking on fire, dude. Yeah, that was killer. So that was Friday. Saturday we get in, we do our thing, check in. We saw Testament, we saw Hatebreed, we saw Death to All, which we ended up seeing again a couple weeks later back at home. But yeah, that was I don't know, man. There were so many bands I could vomit about it for 3 days. We were there for 3 days. Drinks galore, snacks galore. Jamie Josta, thank you again very much. It was dude's a total love bug having us there and inviting us and Pops and having the Hat Riot out all the way in Milwaukee. That was killer. And then we played our set. It was excellent. The room was packed for our set, it's always weird because I think Municipal was just getting off stage above us, and it was like, are people coming in the room? And like, everyone's got their schedules, their phones set, and like right before we hit the stage, the room just fills out of nowhere. We're like, oh fuck yeah, sick. And it was a good set. We went out, did our thing, did a rock and drop, hung out for the rest of the evening. I think everyone was out of gas by that 3 days of just partying and watching metal bands and doing all that. You know what I mean? So
it was cool. Right after we played, we went upstairs, and Hatebreed had just gone on.
Yeah.
And we had seen Wayne from Hatebreed at a family function, little barbecue. All of us Bay Area family members go to.
Yeah.
And I had told him, I bugged him. I'm like, yo, you got to wear a Hatebreed shirt on stage. I was like, I was like, it's like Jamie's festival. I was like, everyone's looking at you guys. I was like, it would mean the world, Wayne, if you wore a fucking Hatred shirt on stage. And we get there. I forgot I even mentioned that to him. And, that was a couple weeks prior to this.
Yeah.
And, we're all settling down and stuff. We're getting up, wiping our fucking sweat, running up the stairs, trying to catch April. And we're like squinting, like, oh shit, Wayne's wearing our shirt. And sure as shit, Wayne wore our green emerald shirt on stage with fucking Hatebreed, and we were like, oh man, that's like,
what a love bug.
It made it all worth it, flying out there, and just, it's, one of those, like I said, another, like when I was in Europe with Violence, like a career affirming moment where it's like, I think we belong here. I think this is something that we deserve, and I think this is something we should, no matter through the darkest nights, still, push on and carry through with it, because it's so rewarding when shit like that does happen.
Yeah, people don't have to do that, and those that know, I always say, like, there's a lot of people that still don't even know who we are, right? And we're out here, and all of our friends and family and the Riot Squad here, like, we love you guys so much for just helping spread the word of what we're doing and what we got going on. There's such a hard market, world, social media, just everything out there, and to see, legends like that do that, or like when we saw Chuck earlier, and Chuck's always been like our uncle, like our whole lives. He's been a very, very, very much a character in our lives, and he sees us walking across the big ballroom for sound check. He's like, the Hat Riot Boys are here. Like, it's like, oh man, we appreciate just acknowledging us, bro, like knowing what we do and what we bring. And saw his wife Tiff, and she gave us big old hugs, and it was
we've known them since we've been a kid, and that was another highlight. Is me and Cody, we were like, fuck it, those are our uncles. So they went on stage, and me and him, we fucking, excuse me, past security like Wayne's World with our fucking backstage pass. We walked right on stage, like literally all, like, if there wasn't like a big giant monitor, everyone in the crowd could see us, and we were just like this, like behind the monitor, just watching our uncles, and they were just chilling. They were giving us knuckles. We were all having a good time, and another life affirming, like, man, this is cool. We're watching Testament, like we were kids. We were kids in Concord, California, watching Testament in front of 300 people and no one gave a fuck. And now that, they're fucking one of the most legendary bands and one of the bigger bands in the metal scene out there, it's like gone full circle, and it's like we're here playing with them, and it's everything you dreamed of as a kid. Yeah. So it's awesome.
We got Nikki over on TikTok saying that the Milwaukee Metal Fest was super fun, excited to have it annually. So I believe, unless I missed that comment, that was about Omega Fest. I'm sorry, I'm looking over there. Yeah, appreciate you. We had a blast as well too. Both festivals, whatever festival you were hitting in on that comment, we appreciate you, and that was absolutely kick-ass too. But yeah, all fun must come to an end. We didn't see the Sunday date, and made our way back home. I don't think we slept. We went straight to the airport. The terminals weren't open yet. We were like sleeping on the ground in the front. I think I whipped out the Nintendo Switch, played some Pokemon, did our thing. But yeah, Wayne's a love bug chat. Appreciate you chiming in. Johnny and Patty Bob's Salad. That dude kicks ass, Psycho Mayo's offering to be Hatriot's pilot if we ever get the opportunity one day. We'll see. Oh, yeah, okay. Chuck is so down to earth. I know Chris Metal's done a bunch of VIPs and said what's up to Uncle Chuck and Uncle Eric and all those guys. And that's freaking kick-ass. But yeah, it's kind of where we're at right now. Currently, I think I brought everybody up to speed. Like we said, we might have some other things going on. Yeah, I'm
right. Oh, I think it's fair to talk about right now that we're no longer with Massacre Records. We are actually free agents right now.
Yeah.
It's nothing we've made publicly, but it's stuff that we're open to talking about. So, Riot Squad, if there's any time to share our posts and kind of share the word of hatred, we are, and this is no secret, and pull the curtain behind, peel the curtain back a little bit. Yeah. We are shopping for a new record label right now. So any support from you guys, Chris Metal and Seven Thrasher, Maya, all you guys have really been helping us. So continue to thank you and continue to spread the word. And we're really trying to get to that next point where we can, be a staple and be a brand and something that we can do and come to your guys' cities multiple times a year. And you know.
Yeah, it's and it's all about the black and white at the end of the day, and we're really learning that in the industry. It's not who we're related to.
Yeah.
There is no nepotism.
No,
we have not gotten an Exodus tour. We have a very good work ethic, and I think we've yielded because of that, but that doesn't impress anybody. Everyone wants to know numbers, follows, streams, shares, likes, and, you know, it really means the world when the Riot Squad comes to, and fans and friends and, you know, just organically want to support us. And just know anytime you see a post or whatever, you know, a like, a share, a comment, all of the above really goes a long way for us in helping us defeat the algorithms for that crush up and comers, and try to get on top of where we're at right now. You know, lately we've been hitting it really hard. Everything comes in waves, and on the Discord, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads, on Twitter. I can go down. It's a journey just to get to every one of those apps, and I know that sometimes responses can take a minute. We're trying to be the best that we can. It's a lot to do for 4 people, you know. So kicking that butt. So
no, but it's awesome. I love the Riot Squad we got, and you know, we just hope to grow the Riot Squad. And you know, the coolest thing, the ultimate goal would be to see the flags with different countries that says Riot Squad on them, and just know that it started here in this podcast first. So this is ground zero for it, you know, and we're growing it and trying to, you know, carry the next generation, the next flag of metal, the next wave proud, you know. You know, sorry, tongue twisted.
No, you're good. And you guys are the veterans, and this, again, like, just to sound like anyone on stage or whatever, this couldn't be done without you. You know what I mean? So, Nikki over here on TikTok saying, and I was about to bring this point up, keep thrashing, boys. You guys do great. Love what you're doing. Hitting the Bay Area. It lasts so long. We love that. We will always have thrash in our hearts, but as you guys know, you might have seen our little shit posting. We're trying to run with Hatred, Bay Area melodic death metal. So, you know, we've been pigeonholed as a thrash revival band for too long, and I think it's more than that. I think, and you guys are a part of that. So, definitely, you can say keep thrashing, and I hope everyone's out there thrashing and having a good time. But really, you know, since the rebrand and whatnot, we are a full-fledged melodic death metal band with Bay Area roots. So there's always going to be thrash parts in there. Shit, that's what me and Nick grew up on. Nick plays in Violence right now, right? You know? So every flag upside down like the original. We ran away from that.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
But is it like win the Colombian flag and then be the French flag? And
some places it's going to get a little
things would just start getting misconstrued at that point. I don't know, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I think, you know, living the dream. I don't know if I have too much more to spout off about. I think it was an excellent get back together. You had one little bug on your end, and we'll figure that out. We'll also get the screen a little more organized. I'll get this episode up. When you guys see this episode air, share it to someone that you think would enjoy it, you know. Like 500 people stop by on TikTok and say what's up. Let's kill her. You know, the Riot Squad in excellent numbers here for Twitch. You guys did. I feel like I'm back in the hell, man. It feels like the family's back together. The band's back together, man.
Yeah.
I'm with it right now. Exactly. Oh, yeah, let me give that up for...
let's go. Good job, guys.
Get the claps up, you guys. Nick, are we going to stick with Tuesdays at 5? We're going to try to schedule this one. My stream has been kind of pop-up-y. I know you're about to go over to Europe. We're about to go on tour. I even think if we did Tuesdays at 5, you and me could at least chime in from the road. 5 Pacific. We could, if we're not on stage, depending where we're at. 5 Pacific. Yeah.
No, you know what? We'll do check-ins. We'll try to. We'll do check-ins maybe on our days off if we'll get a hotel.
Yeah.
And perhaps do a little stream, and we could talk to the members and kind of just do a. We'll even get the Nervosa girls and the Lich King guys, and you know that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
On our days off, you know.
Yeah. You guys are the shit. We love you all so freaking much. Countdown to the Nervosa tour. I think we leave on the 25th. So about 1, 2, 3, 4, around 5 weeks or so, 5 or 6 weeks, a little under 5.
Keep your eyes peeled
Yeah.
for another live stream. We're going to be doing another fundraising live stream.
Yes.
Patriots going on the road again.
Yeah.
You know, we're a small business, and we promise, you know, it all goes to gas. 120% of what you donate goes to our gas. But as an entertaining fashion, we will probably be eating really, really spicy hot sauce wings. Last year, we found hot sauces that were spicier than the previous year. This year, me and Slick are looking right now to find even hotter hot sauces.
Oh, no.
So,
my mouth and my butthole hate this time of year.
We're going to be doing that again, all for good fun, all for the love of Hatriot. Hopefully one day when this thing grows big enough, we'll all be looking back at these moments and having fun with them. But yeah, when we are having the hot sauce challenge with the live stream, we are going to announce the band in the next couple weeks that will be helping us. Usually we usually like to invite friends of ours from the Bay Area to come do the hot sauce challenge with us and jam with us a couple songs. So keep your eyes peeled on that. Continue to share the Hat Riot thing. Like I said, we're free agents.
Yeah.
Anytime you share our things, it goes a long way. We're trying to, make waves out there. So 2025 will be the year of the Riot Squad, pretty much.
Hell yeah. Well, shit.
So, yeah, man.
We appreciate all of the support. Yeah, I think I'm good. Any parting words of wisdom?
Yeah, continue to take care of yourself and each other.
That's about it. Guys, I think we're going to raid 6'6" Samus today. Dude is probably one of the biggest beast drummers online. He's sitting over there with a nice little hot crew of 317 people. Tell them what we are. Tell them what we do. Let them know that you came from the Souza Bros podcast, the Souza Brothers and Hatriot, whatever you want to tell them.
Tell them Nick Souza's a big fan.
Yeah, tell them Sick Newsa, Music Newsa is all about it. Drummers got to stick together. There's not many of you guys out there nowadays, huh?
Just a couple.
Just a couple, y'all. All right, guys, we're raiding up that raid. Check it up on Twitch. TikTok, if you don't know, on Twitch at the end of the stream, we go raid somebody else. So if they throw all the Riot Squad, everyone that's in here doing their thing over into what someone else is doing in their thing. If you haven't checked out 6'6" Samus, I recommend you guys do. He kicks that ass. A few more, you guys. Ready up. Hit that ready up button.
Hit it up.
Everybody else that listened to the podcast after the fact and made it this far, got this far, thank you very much. We're going to continue to do this. I need to upload these as they come in, as they go. And you guys, keep your eyes peeled for clips and everything else from this. Again, you guys are part of the show. If you say something funny, we'll clip it. Or, get us to say something funny, we'll clip it. As long as it's all appropriate and everything else for the platforms. Guys, until then, I'm Cody. That is my brother, Sick Newsa. You guys have an excellent rest of your evening. I'm going to go figure out what's up for dinner. So, all right, I will talk to you guys.
Yes, take care. See you next week.
Later. Bye. See you.